Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, the Ninja Reviewer here. Welcome to my review of Assassination Classroom, 2nd season, episode 6. Also, just to keep in mind, if you guys are actually partially waiting for the dub version of Assassination Classroom Season 2, well, you're in luck, because Funimation just stimmy dubbed cast the first episode. You can watch it, I believe, on Funimation.com or whatever, or in this case, illegally. But anyways, when it comes to that, though, so yeah, you know, if you want to check out the dub, like, especially for me, because I really wanted the dub for a while. I really wish, sadly, Dragon Ball Super could have been the same thing, but I'm just saying. But whatever, though, regardless, so we're here now with episode 6. So, yeah, so this episode, we see that the students of Koro Sensei have gotten so ridiculously strong, they can jump on the rooftops like fucking ninjas. And I'm like, what the hell? And also, if you're a One Piece fan, it kind of reminds me of like the CP9, how they would like jump from rooftop to rooftop and shit, or basically like Naruto, or even Bleach for that matter, where Ichigo, or it was in Kone's body, just jumping all over with his Soul Reaper powers and shit. That's actually kind of cool. I'm liking how these are not becoming like normal students. And then again, it is a shonen manga. Keep in mind, so there is going to be shonen stuff added to it. Even though it's not like your typical shonens, it is actually still indeed a shonen manga, I'm just saying. So basically, the kids, as Koro Sensei put it, were drunk on their own power. They actually, by accident, hit one of the flower delivery bicycle, a delivery bicycle old man, who basically also runs a little small educational clinic for children who can't really get into schools, and they basically try their best to learn, you know, with the help of like an aide and stuff like that. So it's a really small thing. And not only does he do the flowers, he also does like a lot of building, a lot of hard work to get into hard labor to make sure that it's in still working condition, so these kids can have a brighter future without worrying about, you know, anything collapsing like the house and anything like that. Unfortunately, the students have to pretty much do the duty of his work for the next 2 weeks while he recovers from his leg injury. And Kuro Sensei, I gotta say, is a really admirable teacher, because he had the balls, well, I guess he has balls because he is a tentacle alien guy. He actually pretty much had the balls to slap all of his students, and the face, man, the fucking body expression, man, was on some like arm and hockey shit. Like, yo, is Koro Sensei gonna hockey up right now? Like, yo, this shit's pretty fucking wild right now. And we're seeing him, he was just extremely disappointed that, you know, the children were just pretty much, yeah, they were carelessly drunk in their own power. They're pretty much cocky for their own good, just because, you know, they've gotten into that league where they're pretty much high class assassins now, and not no longer these kids anymore. They're now assassins. They're no longer the kids of that school, or the teenagers or preteens of that school. Now they're actually more stronger, more better of assassination, and who knows? Maybe now with their techniques and stuff, you know, they can become strong assassins, and hey, maybe they can gain some really cool abilities and attacks. You know, that again, it is still, like I said, a shonen anime. So even though it's not typical anime, typical shonen tropes that we see before in the past, this doesn't really take that liberty, which I think is pretty good. But I did hear it does become a little more shonen-ish when it comes to like later on in the manga, from like what I've heard. But regardless, though, it's still pretty awesome. So anyways, we see that that the kids actually do, you know, finally get in bondage with the actual E-class students, because they work so hard in order to actually take care of these kids and do the educational work for them. Even though they're like the bottom of the barrel class, and like they're not the most ridiculously high education, like the so-called Class A, or should I say Class, you know, assholes, as I like to say, are pretty much on that range level. So they completely forgot, well, they actually did their duty, they did their job, which this episode, I really liked this episode, because what I really liked about this episode was basically that the moral of the actual episode was very strong. It was a very strong moral. Basically, it was saying that, you know, it's not just about getting high grades. It's not just protecting the world. It's basically knowledge of who we are. Like, we gain the knowledge to get stronger, rather to be, growing some education. It's not just about that. Growing stronger as a human being comes first. And, trying to maintain balance without trying to get too overwhelmed with our own power is something that we should be working on. And you know what? I agree. That's actually a pretty strong lesson that these students have actually learned. And finally, when they actually see the place, and then we meet Sakura-chan, which is an older kid that never made it into the schools in her entire life. Like, she tried to, but she was kind of a failure, like a flunky. So yeah, she's one of those kind of girls, and she basically gets more of the encouragement thanks to Nagisa. And Nagisa really much gives her the confidence to actually get stronger, to actually teach her the equations. Because of that, again, it's more easier because they were more simpler math equations, but she couldn't really get it. Because now Nagisa pretty much got into where it's like, you have to get this certain technique. Like, you can't really say he's an assassin, but let's just say, like, think like a warrior, think like an assassin, that you can do it. Get in there, and you have to make sure you prepared yourself. You get in there, you pretty much do swift attack, like you get in there like a predator, like on its way to actually prey on the hunting, and pretty much, stuff like that. It's very motivational and kind of scary at the same time. But regardless, though, Nagisa does a really great, maybe he'll become some kind of great teacher or something, which would be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind seeing Nagisa as, like, a teacher. That would be kind of cool, like Kuro-sensei. Even though I've been hearing bits of little predictions or spoilers from what I've been hearing from the manga, I'm trying to avoid, but people just keep spamming with spoilers, which I don't want to get into. But, regardless, though, yeah. So, at the very end of the episode 2, we get a little bit of a flashback, but not too much of a flashback when it comes to... Oh, wait, before I get to that, let's get to the midterm stuff. Yeah, the E-class students didn't really do good on their midterms. Ooh, kind of sucks. However, though, it was thanks to Karma, who tried his efforts, and he was the only student that made it to second place. While everybody else was pretty much just, doing their own thing and taking care of, doing the labor that they deserved after, almost hurting and injuring an old man. They decided to... Kuro-sensei was like, okay, you know what? Karma is filled with determination. Undertale reference for the win. Definitely got determined to actually gain stronger. Like, he did fail, the first time. He didn't really do so successfully well the first time around with the midterms. But now this time around, he's got it on the money. Like, he actually did it. He made it in second place. And Class A pretty much, insulted him for that. But no, Karma made it on top. He started from the bottom. Now he's here. Drake reference now? Wow. But anyways, though, then at the very end, we see a little flashback of this, this woman that Kuro-sensei is holding on to. She's like, this is the kind of dream that I want for our children, for the future, this education. And then, he's looking at the sky, and it's nighttime, and yeah, that's pretty much where the episode ends off. So, it's setting up for a lot of things, and I think the hype is starting to get real, though. From what I heard, though, it looks like, from what people have told me, the rest of the episode should be pretty hype-worthy. But this episode, overall, Oh, yeah, and I really liked how funny it was, too, at the end. They were trying to practice their stealthy technique by trying to take Kuro-sensei's food. That was pretty good. They actually almost got him down right there. They actually almost closely had him. And these students prove that they're not just no ordinary flunkies. They're actually much stronger and much more determined than you think. So, yeah, overall, when it comes to this episode, it was pretty good. Not like my most favorite episode, but still pretty good. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It was definitely a really good episode. I enjoyed it for the most part. Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it for the most part. The message was pretty strong, and there was some comedy into it, especially when, like, the old man was actually freaking out over Kuro-sensei's apologies, how fast he got those flowers for him and shit. That was actually kind of funny. But other than that, though, that's really all I gotta say about the episode, but it was still really awesome. Still a really good episode. Not on the awesome yo factor, which I have a feeling people keep telling me it's gonna get closer to that. It is going to get closer to that, and I can't wait for that. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this week's episode of Assassination Classroom, Episode 6. And let me know what you're looking forward to for the second season, Episode 7, next week. So I'll catch you guys next week for Episode 7. This is the Ninja Reviewer, signing out. Peace out. Manga fans, keep supporting what you read and what you watch. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Catch you guys later. Bye. Oh, and my new saying now is, Peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky's the limit. See how that new one comes out. Anyways.